On the news tonight, President Tinubu appoints Ola Olukoyede as EFCC chairman and Muhammad Hassan Hamajoda as secretary. And wives of House of Representatives members mark International Day of the Girl Child in Kuje. Good evening and thanks for joining us on the news at 7 of Mr. Ola Olukoyede to serve as the Executive Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Mr. Abdul Rashid Bawa. Muhammad Hassan Hamajoda to serve as the Secretary of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, for a renewable term of 5 years in the Association of Wives of Northern House of Representatives marks the 2023 International Day of the Girl Child. However, the report that both past and present House of Representatives members were in attendance.
The students of Government Girls Science School Kuje receiving the high-profile visitors. Association of Northern House of Representatives members, wives for an empowerment and welfare program for indigent persons. This is part of activities to mark the International Day for the Girl Child. President of the association, Hajia Yushra Kabir Idris, says the importance, power, and potentials of adolescent girls cannot be overemphasized.
Our advice is education is the most important thing. Without education, you won't reach far.
Us too are said to have encountered some forms of challenges as such of culture, religion, political, and social beliefs.
Funding. I'd like to publicly appreciate everyone today who came to enlighten us about being a girl child.
Happy that they are here, and I think their visit is giving the girl child encouragement to push on.
Highlights of the program was distribution of materials for empowerment and welfare of indigent persons and presentation of pep talk on menstrual hygiene. Hawagimba, NTA News.
Still on the girl child, as the world celebrates the 11th year of fostering empowerment and actionable investment
in sexual or intimate partner violence, leaving them with post-traumatic stress disorders. This ugly development, among other concerns of the girl child, has received attention in this hall, where the Jaruma magazine with partners are complementing government efforts in addressing measures to curtail the issues of gender-based violence peculiar to women and girls.
When I was growing up, the issue of this sexual harassment was less, but now it's really becoming something so dramatic, so huge in the community.
Public awareness should be created, not just in schools, but also in rural areas. All these programs should be organized, and then the punishment for such offenses should be heightened.
The goal to empower girls and women beyond the walls of the classroom is also on the front burner as organizers engage the participating schools in acquisition of leadership skills while breaking into the tech industry to leverage on the changing reality of the world.
We want to not only celebrate girls but also empower them. Now in this world, if you don't have a skill, you don't have anything. The girls go to school, but they also deserve to get more skills. We teach them leadership skills, mentorship.
We need to know more about technology because this is a digital age. The world is going digital. So I feel like more women should get into the technological sector.
I want to be a software engineer, and some people tell me that I can't be a girl and be an engineer, or I can't be a girl and go into tech. So I think what the government should do is get clubs for girls, mostly girls, and include them in ICT.
The theme for 2023, tagged Invest in Girls' Rights, Our Leadership, Our Well-being, draws attention to the need to give girls the opportunity to lead by putting them in the forefront of change efforts. In Abuja, Thelma Osuji, NTA News.
In another development, the Department of Quality Assurance of the Education Secretariat, FCTA, has ordered the closure of substandard and unregistered schools. Onezi Yagubu report that the decision is aimed at ensuring that schools operating in the nation's capital adhere strictly to established standards.
The enforcement team led by the FCT Secretary for Education, Elami Hayu, inspected some schools and ordered the immediate closure of 2 substandard private schools in Kagini District, Abuja.
What we saw yesterday is very, very painful. In a house, a small room, about 20 or 30 students or pupils in a just very small room. No adequate ventilation, no adequate teaching and learning instructional materials, no sitting arrangement. Even when you go back to the toilet, I never expect to see a human being using the toilet we saw yesterday. Very, very unfortunate. So, and even the worst part of it, the school is not registered.
The Department of Quality Assurance says it is determined to sanitize the education system for enhanced learning process.
It really cannot be called a school. This is supposed to be a school, Jane Angela Academy, and they are running the school from a structure that looks like a shop. Inside is not conducive to learning. We don't even have any records of their existence, just that we stumbled on them, and they've been operating for quite a number of years. And this cannot be called a school, so it needs to be shut down. It has failed in all ramifications to satisfy the conditions for the establishment of a regular school.
The DQA director, however, advises school proprietors to always adhere to the operational guidelines of the FCT Education Secretariat. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
Away from education now to health. The Federal Capital Territory Administration is committed to ensuring that health and well-being of its residents and the Workforce Secretary Health and Environmental Services, Dr. Adedakbo Fasawe, stressed this during a sensitization program to mark the 2023 World Sight Day organized by the FCT in collaboration with major stakeholders in the optometry subsector. Onezi Yakubu tells us more.
It is a free eye screening and sensitization exercise which provides an avenue for the administration to pay attention to the sight and visual needs of the workers.
The theme of this year's World Sight Day is protect your eyes at work, occupational hazard. Even looking at your computer, working as a mechanic, abattoir, everything you do can potentially harm your eyes. So not only are we giving out glasses, we are educating people. We have also used the opportunity to sell and talk about the state's health insurance scheme.
Services under the FCT Health Insurance Scheme and the Public Health Department were also provided at the event.
It is always advisable that everybody goes for an annual eye checkup. So whether or not you've done your own today, this is a basic screening. It is recommended that everybody has an eye examination at least once every year so that you're sure that you're healthy as far as your eyes are concerned.
In FCTA, we've thought of no best of the workers in FCTA. So we are doing a free sensitization and vision screening for all workers of FCTA.
The program is part of activities to mark this year's World Sight Day. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
Still on World Sight Day, ignorance and poor accessibility to eye care have been attributed to some of the causes of vision impairment and loss. You sincerely report that eye specialists are using the World Sight Day to advocate implementation of National Eye Health
Sight Day. And for this year, stakeholders are focusing attention on the importance of eye care in the workplace. This prompted the theme for this year, Love Your Eyes at Work.
Even as we talk about love your eyes at the workplace, let's not forget that workplace is not just desk job. There are people who work in manual places, high-risk places, welders, rock blasters and all that. This is something that should also go to them also, to wear protective lenses, dark goggles, protective goggles also to prevent injury to their eyes.
Report shows that about 80% of more than 60,000 optometrists in Nigeria are practicing
in the private sector.
We have 80% in the private sector and 20% in the government sector. It just shows that there is a gap because most private sector initiatives are profits driven.
Eating food rich in vitamin A, C, and E, Dr. Selbin says, will help in preserving the eye cells and improve eye care tremendously, while advising Nigerians to engage more in outdoor activities than concentrating more on laptops, phones, or even sitting close to TV sets.
Every health system that you work in, they'll always tell you need a balanced diet. There's nothing that is more important than the other, as long as you have a balanced diet and you maintain that.
As Nigeria celebrates today, it is recommended that often people should use 20 minutes to look at distant objects after about 20 minutes of work on systems. This is to exercise the eyes and reduce pressure on the eyes. With the launch of the strategy framework by President Tinubu, observers believe it is the right step in achieving the eye care goal. And now to religious matters. Christian leaders of the National Solemn Assembly have converged in Abuja to inaugurate a working committee for the worship, prayer, and Thanksgiving event come December 1st. Gideon Yohana report that the event is aimed at praying for the unity, peace, and progress of Nigeria after a successful electioneering period.
Through Jesus the Son. A briefing which was presided by the General Overseer of World Harvest Ministry, Archbishop Leonard Kawas. Also, the Chairman Planning Committee had various church leaders from varied denominations come together as Christ's body to chart a course aimed at uniting the nation. Thank you very much. The call is for Nigerian Christians and non-Christians to work with the President Bola Tinubu administration, seeing it as God's will and to seek his face through prayer and total submission to his will.
The National Solemn Assembly is a program of one day of praise, prayer, thanksgiving unto God for Nigeria, but will be preceded with a 40 days prayer and fasting by all Nigerians. We as church leaders, we do not represent any political party. We obey the word of God. And the word of God says that it is God that gives power to whom he willeth.
To pray for Nigeria, to thank God, just thanking God for everything, for our being, for the goodness of God, for the kindness of God, for everything God is doing for us in this country. Because
the Solemn Assembly will be one-day prayer of praise and thanksgiving on December 1st, where all will key in one voice for the growth and betterment of a united Nigeria geared towards prosperity for all. In Abuja, Gideon Yohana, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police, FCT Command, CP Haruna Garba, on behalf of officers and men of the FCT Police Command, has extended a heartfelt condolences to the family and friends of the late Deputy Commissioner of Police Training, DCP Gambo Zakaria, who peacefully passed away in the early hours of October 11, 2023. DCP Gambo Zakaria, a native of Kontagora local government in Niger State, started his career in the Nigerian Police Force as a cadet inspector. The CP, while offering prayers for the peaceful repose of the departed soul, underscores that the loss of the deceased is deeply felt within the command as he was dedicated in service to humanity. He prayed God to grant his family the fortitude to bear the loss.
Malama, Allah ki bani katin bulo na 1000. Na 1000? Can. To shikenan yanzu nan zaka ga alaji.
Wajen Allah ne yake damun ka, me aka yi maka
kake wannan ihun malam? Ba dole in ihu ba. Wannan malamar ce na ce ta bani katin gulo na 1000. Ta je ta sa min katin 10,000. Ta ya zan iya biyan wannan? Wannan ai garabasa gulo take yi. Idan ka saka 1000 za su rubanya maka shi domin ya koma 10,000. Shine muke kira 10 times airtime bonus. Amma fa abun na kai mamaki.
Abokina ka kwanta da hankalinka. Kaga wannan 10,000 gulo ne ta baka kyauta. That one means say na 10 times I will gulo give you. Times.
Kwarai kuwa kai ma za ka iya samun 10 times airtime bonus idan ka sai kati a layin Glo ɗinka. Sai sabon layin Glo.
Ohikwako, Ohikwaze. The World Ohikwebira Day Convention is here. This is to officially inform and invite all sons and daughters of Igbira Nation, comprising Igbira Pete, Igbira Miaka, and Igbiretono, at home and in diaspora, to her 2023 Ohiku Day Convention in Abuja, under the distinguished chairmanship of retired General Chris Ali GCON. Date, Saturday, 14th October 2023. Venue, Old Parade Ground, Area 10, Abuja. Time, 9 a.m. The convention will feature special cultural displays, traditional troops, as well as masquerades from Igbiretono, Miaka, and Okpete. EGBIRA, Igbira. One people, same language, one nation. Be all there. Dr. Musa Adohinoi Amadu, OON, President, Ohikwebira Descendant Union. Announcer.
Ohigwaku, ohigwaze, oimago ohigwegbira, oiza, oibedao. Yahi dudozegbira, otuturahu, ina irehi ni mere jeri dudozegbira, nina yetehe, agubo ya mago ya Abuja. Iracho Dobida, General MC Ali GCON, retired former chief of army. Area 10, Old Parade Ground. Isehi ni nenewu, Oya CV, Ewurena on the 14th of October. Iraino ni eku ni iri chero nyeze ni iri chero nyuruku ni iri degegbiro pete egbirami akan egbiretuno bagwa boyizo ozozo behe mere wabarere ya izu yo agauregano eyi egbira EGBIRA iboino nya ando nya chero hugo nya Dr. Musa Adohinoi Ahmadu OON President Ohikwebira Descendant Union Onokima Kare no egbiro pete egbirami akan egbiretu.
Up next is Sports Brief.
3 times African champions, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will this Thursday know opponents in the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations, with Ivory Coast hosting. The Nigerian team, who last won the trophy a decade ago in South Africa, are upbeat of a 4th title as the team express much determination. Still talking football, Maman Pro Academy have emerged champions of the 2023 edition of the FCT Algon Chairman Cup. The team defeated Amak FC by penalty at the grand finale at the Kwale Mini Stadium. At the end of the 2 weeks local championship, both organizers and stakeholders described the outcome as encouraging, considering the opportunity given to young talents and talent discovered. Top 11 nominees for the award, with only 3 Africans included in the list. Amusan lost the same award last year to 400 meters hurdles record holder Sydney McLaughlin. With Sports Brief.
Is with that sports brief, we'll conclude the English version of the news. Translations comes up shortly. Please stay tuned. Good evening.
Zazai bagbatu kai anyiko inyipe kpebo ahia dudu bala putamane lawashi babma abi anyiko zazi ekiye balo anyaba mutuba awajin bawada inge gbadagu iye beji yejiye bai kwa abi anyikoza awe anu bai pa inge anyibadagu abi anyikoza nyipe ye bopabo badai inge abi anyikoza jishoko yinya ganu bagodu banga inge abi anyikoza wabwa apma na nye kwen atuo enyabamu na bawa kokwe tiko kwonu babma woji gwamnati kisi na atiti ba nyaba mutu bagbatu wi ake atiti shi badai inge bala bagbatu ga aku anyaba mutu ba gushi mbata tulo gwamnati nyaba mutu bagbatu oneze yakubu wada inge nyakaya kai nyaba mutu ba nya yedalami hayo wono bai ji na bi wu sha aba je tutu ya wu ai o dagbe ala anyaba mutubagu ugwa ba nka gini kwaje ake su da kwai wata da shi tununu kwashi aza na lafiya we baje ya nu Dr. Adetabo faso wi be da sanu ba be kan aza awe alo nge aza kwachi awe baje bo ba wi abo mbaba ma yi ina yo baje na do na be mbata mbaba ga itukosa le yo baje oneze yakubu wa go do da ige gaba be shi ya shi pia ba pa ai bedogun ayo baje yi pia ibanu ntige yo baje ni shi za kwachi kala ko ni shi buza na sasa haibia amma baya ji annabaji kusa yi bai ja da wa su shafa ji fe yi faga shakwa da shi su sai su
Askalo da sauraron mu assalamu alaikum barkamu da haka ga fasarar labaran mu yau mai karantawa Yusuf Yakub. Ƙungiyar matan 'yan majalisun arewacin Najeriya ta ba da tallafin bunƙasa rayuwar mabukata daga cikin al'umma domin kyautata rayuwarsu. Wakilar Hawa Gimba ta rawaito mana cewa ƙungiyar ta ba da wannan gudunmawa ne takanas domin wayar da kan al'umma akan haƙƙoƙin yara mata a matsayin ɗaya daga cikin harkokin ranar yara mata ta bana domin kulawa da rayuwarsu da kare haƙƙoƙinsu har su kai munzalin mutane. Sashen da ke tabbatar da ingancin ilimi na hukumar birnin tarayya ya ba da umarnin rufe wasu makarantu da ba su inganta ba da waɗanda ba su yi rijista ba biyu a nan birnin Abuja. Wakilin Shaibu wani zai ya shaida mana cewa an rufe makarantun ne domin makarantun su tabbatar sun samu abubuwan da ake bukata su zama ingantattun makarantu masu ba da ilimi mai kyau a nan birnin Abuja. Hukumar raya birnin tarayya Abuja ta dukufa wajen tabbatar da lafiya da haƙƙoƙin al'umma mazauna birnin Abuja. Shaibu wani zai a karo na biyu ya shaida mana cewa sakataren lafiya da lura da muhalli na hukumar raya birnin tarayya Dr. Adedepo Fasowe shi ne bayyana haka a yayin hidimar bikin zagayowar ranar lura da lafiyar ido ta wannan shekara wadda hukumar birnin tarayya ta shirya tare da haɗin gwiwar masu ruwa da tsaki. Ƙarshen labaran namu ne kenan, kwana lafiya.
Ẹ kú kalẹ̀ o, ẹ sì kú dédé wòyí. Ìròyìn iléeṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán ìkànnì Kánò ti ìlú Àbújá ló dé sí etí ìgbọ́ yín látẹnu Mọ́bọ́lájí Mátì. Ẹgbẹ́ aya àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ ilé-ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin kékeré láti òkè ọya ti ṣe àtìlẹ́yìn àwọn ènìyàn wọn pẹ̀lú àwọn ohun èlò tí wọ́n ń fẹ́. Alákòójọpọ̀ ìròyìn Hawa Gimba ròyìn wípé ìgbésẹ̀ yìí jẹ́ lára akitiyan ètò ayẹyẹ ọjọ́ ọ̀dọ́mọbìnrin lágbàáyé láti là wọ́n lọ́yẹ̀ àti láti jẹ́ kí wọ́n mọ pàtàkì àti àǹfààní ọjọ́ ọ̀hún. Àwọn aya ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ ilé-ìgbìmọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ rí àti àwọn tó ń bẹ lórí àlééfà ló kópa nínú ètò náà. Ẹ̀ka tó ń ṣe àmójútó ètò ẹ̀kọ́ tó pójú owó l'Àbújá ti pa á láṣẹ wípé wọ́n ní láti ti ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gbogbo tí kò pójú owó àti àwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ tí kò forúkọ sílẹ̀ lábẹ́ agbo ètò ẹ̀kọ́ l'Àbújá pa. Alákòójọpọ̀ ìròyìn Onose Yakubu ròyìn wípé akọ̀wé fún ètò ẹ̀kọ́ l'Àbújá Danlami Ìyáó ló pa àṣẹ náà lásìkò ìrìnàjò àbẹ̀wò sí ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gbogbo láti rí i dájú wípé àwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ yíká ìlú Àbújá pójú owó. Ní agbègbè Kàkídé l'Àbújá, ilé ẹ̀kọ́ aládàáni méjì ni wọ́n pàṣẹ láti tìpa látàrí wípé kò pójú owó. Ó jẹ ìjọba ìlú Àbújá lógún púpọ̀ láti rí i dájú wípé àlàáfíà tayọ fún gbogbo àwọn tó ń gbé lórígun mẹ́rin ìlú Àbújá. Alákòójọpọ̀ ìròyìn Onose Yakubu ròyìn wípé ọ̀gá àgbà ètò ìlera àti àyíká dókítà Adédàpọ̀ Fáṣàwé ló tanná sí ọ̀rọ̀ náà lásìkò ètò ìlanilọ́yẹ̀ fún ayẹyẹ ọjọ́ ìrìnnà tàgbáyé fún ọdún tí a wà yìí, èyí tí iléeṣẹ́ ìjọba ìlú Àbújá àti àwọn tí ọ̀rọ̀ náà kàn pawọ́pọ̀ ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ rẹ̀ níbi tí wọ́n ti gba gbogbogbò nímọ̀ràn láti máa ṣe àyẹ̀wò ojú wọn lóòrèkóòrè láti lè ríran dáradára. Òkè dùn púpọ̀, ṣeun ni ọbẹ̀ oge, títí ìwòye ọ̀la, ojúmọ́ ire ni yóò mọ́ wa.